You're about to learn something that will permanently change how you see attraction. And once you hear it, you won't be able to unsee it. Most men believe women choose based on logic. Words. Effort. Consistency. Being good enough. That belief is why they lose. Because by the time a woman explains why she chose someone, her body already decided weeks ago. Not consciously. Not morally. Biologically. There is a part of her brain that never evolved past survival. It doesn't speak language. It doesn't care about your intentions. It doesn't care if you're kind, loyal, or emotionally available. It reacts to signals. And here's the uncomfortable truth most men aren't ready to hear: if you don't know how to send those signals, you can do everything right and still be invisible. While another man, less honest, less available, less invested, occupies her thoughts without trying. This isn't because women are cruel. It's because attraction is not a choice. It's a response. And the men who trigger it don't ask for permission. They don't explain themselves. They don't chase clarity. They don't seek approval. They create pressure in her nervous system. Pressure that turns into curiosity. Curiosity that turns into fixation. Fixation that turns into pursuit. That's why she thinks about him when he's gone. Why she rereads old messages. Why silence from him feels louder than attention from anyone else. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago: power is not about being liked. It's about being felt. And attraction follows the same law. In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you the exact psychological principles that separate men-women respect from men-women remember. This is not dating advice. This is not self-help. This is the operating system her primal brain has been running for 200,000 years. Most men will reject it. Some will misuse it. But the ones who understand it, they stop chasing. They stop explaining. They stop being forgotten. And they become the pattern her mind can't escape. If that makes you uncomfortable, good. It means you're finally close to the truth. Let's begin with the first principle, the void. Most men operate on a principle of constant presence. They believe that to be remembered, they must be around. They text constantly, respond instantly, and fill every silence. They think their availability is an asset, but it's an anchor. It makes them predictable. It makes them furniture. The primal brain, the ancient system running her attraction circuits, is not stimulated by what is always there. It's captivated by what is scarce. Desire isn't born from presence, it's born from the perception of potential loss. The Machiavellian method understands this. You don't aim for presence, you aim to create a void. A void is the space you occupy in her mind when you are not physically there. You create this not through random disappearance, but through strategic withdrawal. You engage her fully, with absolute presence. You make her feel seen, heard, and understood on a level she rarely experiences. And then, at the peak of that connection, at the height of the emotional resonance, you pull back. You don't ghost. You simply become occupied with your own life. This abrupt shift from intense connection to stark absence creates a psychological vacuum. Her brain, which hates unresolved patterns, is forced to ask questions. Where did he go? What is he doing? Why did the feeling stop? To answer these questions, it replays your last conversation. It analyzes your words. It magnifies the feeling of connection you created. In your physical absence, your psychological presence grows tenfold. This is what psychologists call an open loop. Her mind is desperate to close it, and the only way it can is by thinking about you. Every time she checks her phone for a notification that isn't there, the void deepens. The anticipation of a reward, not the reward itself, is what triggers the most powerful dopamine release in the brain. 3. By making your attention the reward, and making its delivery unpredictable, you are hijacking this ancient neurochemical pathway. She begins to crave the feeling you provide, a feeling she only gets intermittently. You are no longer just a man, you are an event. Your presence becomes valuable because it is scarce, for she starts to invest her most precious resource, her mental energy. And once a woman invests her thoughts in you, her body is not far behind. Stop being a constant utility. Become a strategic void. Make her feel your absence more than she feels the presence of any other man. That is the first pillar. The second principle is the unstable signal. Her brain is a pattern recognition machine. It's a survival mechanism designed to predict the environment and conserve energy. Predictability equals safety, but safety is the silent killer of desire. The typical, nice guy, sends a stable, predictable signal, consistent, reassuring, and completely flat. His emotional wavelength never changes. Her brain quickly categorizes him as safe, files him away, and moves its attention to more stimulating threats. You must become an unstable signal. This is not about being erratic or emotionally abusive. It is the strategic introduction of variability into your interactions, a concept known as intermittent reinforcement. 5, 6. It's the same psychological principle that makes slot machines addictive. 5. The reward, the jackpot, is unpredictable. That uncertainty creates a compulsion to keep playing. 5. In attraction, your warmth, your attention, your validation, these are the rewards. Most men give them away freely and constantly. The Machiavellian man provides them intermittently. One day, you are warm, deeply engaged, and fully present. You mirror her energy, making her feel completely understood. The next, you are distant, focused on your own world, not cold, but unavailable. Your responses are shorter. Your focus is elsewhere. This creates an emotional roller coaster. The contrast between the high of your warmth and the low of your distance creates emotional amplitude. It's this range of feeling that imprints on her nervous system. She remembers the man who made her feel a spectrum of emotions, not the man who only made her feel comfortable. This calculated inconsistency forces her brain to stay active. It can't predict you, so it must constantly monitor you. Which version of him will I get today? The warm, attentive one, or the distant, focused one? This question keeps you at the forefront of her mind. She begins to work for your warmth. She invests more, tries harder to elicit the positive response she once received. This isn't manipulation in the cruel sense, it's stimulation. You're preventing her from becoming complacent. You are a puzzle she needs to solve. Machiavelli noted that a ruler should be both loved and feared. In attraction, this translates to being both a source of comfort and a source of tension. You provide the comfort with your moments of genuine connection. You create the tension with your moments of withdrawal. This emotional push and pull is intoxicating. It makes her feel alive. Most men are terrified of causing a moment of discomfort, believing it will push her away. The truth is, unwavering comfort leads to boredom, and boredom is the true enemy of passion. Be the source of both the storm and the calm. Be the question she can't answer. Be the unstable signal her primal brain cannot ignore. The third principle is the echo chamber. Every person walks through the world with an unspoken story they tell about themselves, their idealized self-image. It is the version of themselves they most want to be. The man who can see and validate this idealized self becomes instantly, almost magically, attractive. The Machiavellian mirror is the art of becoming an echo chamber for her deepest desires and unspoken identity. Most men try to impress. They talk about their accomplishments, their opinions, their experiences. They are broadcasting, not receiving. This creates a performance, and she is merely the audience. The master of attraction does the opposite. He listens. But he doesn't just listen to her words, he listens to her music. He observes the themes in her stories, the values hidden beneath her opinions, the aspirations she reveals in unguarded moments. He is not listening to respond, he is gathering data. Then, he reflects that data back to her, not by repeating her words, but by embodying her ideal. If she sees herself as a free spirit trapped in a conventional life, you don't say, "You seem like a free spirit." You speak the language of freedom. You talk about travel, risk, and breaking rules. You become the embodiment of the escape she craves. If she prides herself on her intellect, you don't compliment her intelligence. You engage her in a deep, challenging conversation that allows her to demonstrate it. You reflect her brilliance by being a worthy intellectual opponent. This is not about being fake, it's about being fluid. You are selectively amplifying the parts of your own personality that resonate with her idealized self. You are creating an echo chamber where she hears the best version of herself in your presence. The effect on her primal brain is profound. She doesn't feel like she's getting to know you. She feels like you already know her. This creates a powerful sensation of being seen that bypasses all her logical defenses. The bond feels immediate and deep, because she is not falling for you, she is falling for the version of herself that exists only when she is with you. And that feeling is one of the most addictive substances on earth. Stop telling her who you are. Instead, show her who she wants to be. Become the mirror in which she sees her most beautiful reflection. She will never be able to look away. The fourth principle is the unclosed circuit. Desire is not born in satisfaction, it's born in tension. Tension is the unresolved energy between what is and what could be. 7. It's the single most powerful force in seduction, and most men are dedicated to destroying it as quickly as possible. They seek clarity. They confess feelings. They make their intentions obvious. They close every psychological and physical circuit, believing that resolution will bring them closer to her. In reality, it does the opposite. It turns a vibrant, electric connection into a dead wire. The primal brain is not aroused by certainty, it's aroused by possibility. 8. The Machiavellian approach is to become a master of the unclosed circuit. You must perpetually maintain a state of almost, but not yet. This applies to everything. In conversation, you guide the topic towards something deep and personal, and just before the emotional climax, you pivot, leaving the thought unfinished. This creates an unresolved conversational thread that her mind will return to later. Physically, you use the power of the near miss. You lean in as if to kiss her, letting her feel the energy, the change in the air, and then you pull back with a slight smile and continue the conversation. Your hand moves toward hers, almost touching, before you withdraw to make a gesture. Each of these moments is an unclosed circuit. It creates a spike of anticipation in her nervous system, a jolt of what if that is far more powerful than the actual event. Her body responds before her mind can process it. Her heart rate increases, her breathing changes. These are the biological markers of arousal, triggered not by what you do, but by what you might do. 9. This psychological foreplay stretches the tension like a rubber band. The longer you can hold that tension without letting it snap, the more potential energy you build. She will start to lean into your reality, seeking the resolution that you are deliberately withholding. She will initiate contact more. She will try to steer the conversation back to those unfinished points. She will seek physical proximity, subconsciously trying to close the circuits you have left open. You are making her an active participant in the seduction. She is investing, working, and chasing. The man who gives everything away immediately is appreciated for a moment and then forgotten. But the man who implies everything and gives nothing away too easily becomes an obsession. Learn to love the pause. Master the art of the retreat. Be the question mark in her mind, the unresolved chord. Because the primal brain doesn't bond with the man who gives it comfort. It bonds with the man who gives it a problem it cannot solve. The fifth and final principle is the gravitational core. In every human interaction, there is a silent battle of frames. 8. A frame is simply a person's reality, their perspective. The person with the stronger frame, the more unwavering reality, dictates the terms of the interaction. Her frame, by default, is that you are the pursuer and she is the prize. You must prove your worthiness, and she will judge your performance. 99% of men accept this frame without question. They step into her reality and begin their audition. And the moment they do, they have already lost. Because the primal brain is not attracted to that which bends to its will. It is attracted to that which has its own unshakable orbit. You must become a gravitational core. Your frame, your reality, must be so powerful, so centered on your own purpose, that she is pulled into your orbit, not the other way around. This is not arrogance. Arrogance is a loud compensation for insecurity. A gravitational core is quiet, unshakable certainty. It is a non-neediness so profound that her validation is a pleasant addition, not a requirement. 10, 11, when she tests you, and she will, by being difficult, pulling away, or trying to make you jealous, you do not react. A reaction implies that her actions have the power to disturb your emotional state. Instead, you observe. You might smile, amused by the attempt to shake you. Your frame says, I see what you're doing, and it has no effect on my reality. When you hold this frame, you are communicating something incredibly powerful on a primal level. You are signaling that you are a man with a mission, a purpose that is more important than any one woman's approval. 12. You have a life, passions, and standards. Her presence is welcome, but your completeness does not depend on it. This is the ultimate aphrodisiac. In a world of men who collapse at the first sign of a beautiful woman's displeasure, the man with a gravitational core is a rock in a stormy sea. That stability is what her primal brain equates with safety and high value. She stops testing you because the tests no longer work. They are designed to find the edges of your frame, and yours has no edges. She begins to qualify herself to you. She starts to wonder if she is interesting enough, smart enough, or beautiful enough to keep a place in your orbit. You don't achieve this by pretending not to care. You achieve it by genuinely caring about something more than her approval, your own path. Your purpose must be your king, and your emotions must be its soldiers. When you live this way, your frame becomes your power. You stop chasing women and start chasing excellence. And paradoxically, that is when they begin to chase you. Because women do not fall in love with a man. They fall in love with a man's world. Build a world with a gravitational core so strong that she feels privileged just to be a part of it. You now have the blueprint. This knowledge is dangerous because it works, and it bypasses the logical, consenting mind. The choice of how you use it is yours. You can continue to operate on the flawed logic of the modern world, or you can begin to speak the ancient language her body has always understood. If you are ready to stop being forgotten and start becoming the man who is remembered, the man who is felt, then subscribe to this channel. This is not the end of your education, it is the beginning. Click the subscribe button, and let's continue this journey into the heart of psychological power.